In 2014, Nigeria was ranked 38th most corrupt country in the world, according to the Transparency International's Corruption Perception Index. However, President Muhammadu Buhari wants to tackle the corruption monster. On this week's edition of the program, my guest speaks on the anti-corruption drive of the present administration. Hello there. Thank you for joining us once again on the program. I'm Gloria Umezuke. Now, experts have said that corruption is a significant obstacle to doing business in Nigeria, as companies are very likely to encounter bribery and other corrupt practices while trying to do business with government institutions in particular. Well, the President, Muhammadu Buhari, wants to address all of that and put an end to corruption in the public service. Well, I will be speaking to the Director of the Convention on Business Integrity on how that can be achieved. But up ahead, President Muhammadu Buhari has vowed to fight corruption in all sectors of the nation's economy. Nigeria, the most populated country in Africa, has a high corruption rating from the Transparency International. The group identified corruption as the biggest among the challenges in Nigeria, saying that it can be found in almost all the sectors of the country. According to rankings from the group, from 2011, Nigeria has recorded a poor corruption perception index, and this has limited the nation's potential to achieve national development.
In recent years, the challenge of corruption in Nigerian national life has been immense, and most stakeholders agree that corruption has severely impacted negatively on the development potentials of the country. In response, the government, particularly since the year 2000, has set up several organizations tasked with fighting this phenomenon. However, the war against corruption is a major one, which cannot be won in one day, but in a series of battles that are won one at a time.
Corruption has been identified as the bane of our polity and a major source of our predicaments as a country. To grow our economy, therefore, and attract foreign investment, fight insurgency, and move this country forward in all spheres of our life, either in the political sphere, the social sphere, and the economic sphere. We must eschew corruption, and this, of course, begins with the education of the populace.
President Muhammadu Buhari has not hidden his intention to fight corruption in the country. Already, he has taken steps to block and check corruption. While in the United States, he expressed his desire to recover all the money stolen by government officials. The figure allegedly stolen is put at $150 billion.
The amount of money is mind-boggling. But we have started getting documents. We started getting documents where some of the senior people in government, former ministers, some of them float as much as 5 accounts and were moving about $1 million a day on their own. We have started getting those documents.
The anti-corruption agencies appears to have stepped up their work as well. Some former governors and heads of government agencies are answering questions at the agency. They give an account of their stewardship, while some are facing prosecution.
There are trails that are evident about monies taken out illegally from the country. He has said they are in billions of dollars. In the US, he put it at $150 billion within the last 10 years. So when there are trails leading to such monies, it would be irresponsible of any government not to investigate.
The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation has been in the eye of the storm since the inception of the present administration. The body has been described as an avenue that the political class have used to enrich themselves.
the entire federation, that is the federal government and all the state government and all the 774 local government, the amount the NNPC paid to the federation account for distribution to these 3 tiers of government came to 4.3, and NNPC trillion naira. And NNPC alone took and spent 3.5 trillion naira.
One of the decisions of the Economic Council today is to set up this committee of 4 with Governor Adams Oshomole, my humble self, the governor of Gombe State, who was former Accountant General of the Federation, and the governor of Akwa Ibom State, to look at the operations of the excess crude account and make recommendations to Council on its future.
Question is, what should be done to effectively tackle corruption?
Weak legislative oversight has also contributed a lot to the damage that has been caused in the extractive sector in general and the oil and gas in particular. The era of post-theft proofs by the National Assembly should be replaced by a proactive, effective, and transparent oversight framework that prevents and stops corruption rather than dramatize but futile efforts to recover looted resources, which legislative proofs have turned out to be so far. We have seen the report of Faruk Lawal. We have seen so many of those reports. This report, they have been on dustbin now. We don't want that. Before the stealing is done, block the leakages. Through your oversight, make sure that you do not allow that to happen, so that before the damage is done, so that you can block those leakages.
President Buhari says corruption is top on his administration's agenda, and that is key if he wants to improve the economy.